Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Tiffany from McDonough Public Library here with the very last Georgia Children Book Award picture book nominee books. So if you have been following along, hopefully you've seen the other 3 videos. Each video has 5 books in them. So this video will also have 5 because there are 20 amazing nominees up for the award. If you saw some that you liked and you wanted to check them out, be sure to check our digital resources too, because a lot of them are on there. Or you could place the copy that you're interested in on hold. Check out the information below the video about how to do that. When it comes in, it'll be yours for 2 weeks at a time. Read it, turn it back in so others can read it, and then come by the library January 1st to vote on your favorite one. But before we can get started with voting, we need to know these last 5, so let's go ahead and take a peek. Ready? Our first book in this video is called The Cave by Rob Hodgson. This is an interesting story. Let me read the back and the inside so you can get a good idea what's going on in this cave with this little guy and this guy up here. You might already have some ideas. There is a cave. A cave that is the home to a creature. I wonder what kind of creature. A creature that never, ever, ever leaves the cave because of a wolf. The wolf tries everything to get the creature to leave the cave, but to no avail. But what will happen when he's finally successful? I wonder what's living in this cave. We'll have to check it out and find out. The wolf comes up with some pretty interesting ideas on how to trick this creature out so he can be friends with him. You have to find out what he's doing to try to get him out, what finally works, and then what is actually in that cave. My next 3 books are going to be about unconditional love that family has for one another or friends and the impact it can have on a beautiful story. So we're going to go ahead with the first one. This is Julian is a Mermaid by Jessica Love. Every Saturday morning, Julian and his abuela go swimming. But the day Julian spies 3 women on the subway, everything changes. He is entranced by their beautiful hair, their swishy, shimmering mermaid gowns, and their total confidence. Who wouldn't be awed by that? When Julian gets home, all he can think about is becoming a mermaid himself. But what will Abuela think? So inside, we have Julian swimming with his abuela and her friends. And then on the way home, he sees something that inspires him to try something out new. So you will have to find out what happens with Julian when he becomes a mermaid. This is written by Jessica Love, and it is her first novel, and she does a fantastic job. So be sure to check it out and read it and see if it's something you want to vote on for the award. Okay, my next book that is about unconditional love and the links you will go to for it is one of the very, very popular ones thanks to a Netflix show that came out about it. So you might know Hair Love by Matthew A. Cherry and illustrated by Vashti Harrison. It is a beautiful book. Let's read what it says. It says on the back, sometimes love looks like braids, puffs, and twists, and she's so excited about her awesome hairdo. Zuri's hair lets her be her, because hair is all about expressionness. It coils and kinks to perfectly match a princess tiara or a superhero cape, but an extra special day calls for an extra special style. Comb in hand, Daddy steps in to help Zuri find the perfect fit. So this is a heartwarming text and radiant illustrations that talks about curls that are uniquely yours and the bond between dads and daughters and the joy that fills you up when you get to express yourself freely. And look how proud they are. Okay, for my final book about unconditional love, but not the last book in the series, so stick around after this one, there's one more. This book is about unconditional love of a different kind, one you might not think of. It has been getting a lot of traction, meaning that people have been checking it out, and everyone that has read it and talked to me about it has said they loved it. Finally, I have been able to read it, and I can see why. The illustrations are beautiful, and the story is set to poetry about the seasons, and it is about a scarecrow. This is called The Scarecrow by Beth Ferry and the Fan Brothers. All the animals know not to mess with old Scarecrow, but when a small, scared crow falls from midair, Scarecrow does the strangest thing. It says that this is the story of a best-selling author and the widely acclaimed Fan Brothers, the illustrators, and it's a tender and affectionate tale that reminds us of the comforting power of friendship and the joy of helping others. So it sounds like the Scarecrow might end up helping out a crow, which is very unconventional, but it is truly a beautiful story. You have to check it out just to see how the authors and illustrators work together. They came up with a wonderful piece of work. So even if you don't vote on it, I definitely recommend reading it. Okay, for our final book, we have Bear Came Along. Now this story is similar to another story in our video series, The Because by Mo Williams, because as the story continues, it builds on itself. And if you like stories like that, then this one would be perfect for you. It's already won an award, as you can see, so you know it's going to be a good story. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it after I read the inside and a little bit about the authors and illustrators, because it doesn't say who they are on the front. Once there was a river that flowed night and day, but it didn't know it was a river until Bear came along. Bear is on a big adventure, but he doesn't know how big until his friends join in. What will these very different woodland animals find at the end of their journey? Maybe the most important lesson of all, that they're in it together. So our authors and illustrators are, the author is Richard T. Morris, and the illustrator is Leun Pham. You might recognize Leun Pham because they're the illustrator of the Princess in Black series, so some of our chapter book readers might be interested to see a different art style from that artist. But my favorite part about the book, even though the whole book is amazing, is the author's note in the back. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will read the part that made the story even more endearing. It says, "As a parent, I learned quickly that kids are born with inherent personalities. We do our best to guide them, but their distinctive characteristics define who they are. All these diverse personalities go out into the world and balance one another. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to embrace the other, especially when the other is so different. But it is through this connection that we truly discover our best selves, our strengths, our weaknesses, our fears, our courage. And this story says, take a chance, hop on board, work together, trust each other, share an adventure, and I hope you enjoy the ride." And it is very true, because some of the animals that Bear meets along the way would not be an animal that would normally hang out with a bear. But when they do, they have the best time ever. All right, guys and gals, this has been the final video of the Georgia Children Book Awards Picture Book nominee category. Hopefully you saw more than one that piqued your interest, and hopefully you've already been reading some of them. If you have not seen the other videos and don't know what the titles are, be sure to check out the other 3 videos on our Henry County Library's YouTube channel. They're under the Picture Book Award nominee category for the Georgia Children Book Awards. And if you're interested in chapter books, we also have a review of all 20 chapter books as well. It is titled Helen Ruffin Reading Bowl books, because those are also the books they use for the Reading Bowl. And if you are interested in voting, remember to come by the library January 1st through March 1st to be able to vote. If your school allows voting, then you're able to vote there. Just check with your librarian. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video series as much as I enjoyed making them, and I hope you really enjoy these books because they are all amazing. See you next time. Bye.